How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Manatee Gaming. In our last video, I talked about the exploit and bug and everything and all the players being banned for it. Whether or not they think that some players really heavily exploited it or not, there should seriously be an apology for them creating the problem since they created the problem. Shawnee, if you guys remember Mod Shawnee, he no longer works at Jagex, but Shawnee actually responded on the Reddit post about this, saying pretty much the exact same things that I said in that video. Saying things about how Jagex should be doing an apology and why it took them so long and everything else. So video coming out, a lot of people talking about, you know, how you could get like a ridiculous amount of stuff from it, which created the exploit. Well, in order for that exploit to be possible in the first place, you know, you had to have the half off Oddment key store sale, and then you also have to have the current treasure hunter promo. Well, I thought to myself, and a couple other people thought, hey, you know what? If it actually ends up, you know, creating an exploit, then the treasure hunter promo alone must be pretty good. And the thing is it actually is pretty ridiculous. So I decided to go ahead and test a ton of keys on it. So we're going to be doing a lot of keys. I'm not actually going to know how many keys we're going to be using until the end of this video, and then I will put it in the title. So if you, I don't actually know currently how many keys we're going to be using, but anyway, guys, I bought a ton of bonds, and let me explain exactly how this works though, in order to show you why this is so good and why it's actually probably one of the best treasure hunter promos we've ever had in the entire game of, you know, RuneScape. RuneScape as a game, we've probably never had a treasure hunter promo this good, and I'll explain why. So currently, the price for bonds at the price I paid for bonds is about 21.3 mil. I bought plenty of them for 21.5. But 21.3 mil is essentially how much they're going for at the time of this video. These right here are the bonds I've got. Let's talk about how the promo works though, and how you get ridiculous gains from this promo, and then we're going to get into actually cracking into keys. As you can see, I've already got 100 keys here, which I will show you how I got those keys in a moment here. This right here is how the promo works. Essentially, you keep on opening up chests, and as you open up chests and progress along here, then you get all of these rewards down here as you go along as well. It takes roughly 30 keys, I think it is, in order to fill up this bar once. So essentially every 2 bonds, you're going to be able to get everything down here. So you get a lot of oddments from the bar down here. The more times you fill this up, the more oddments you get in these 2 slots right here. So we will probably get this to quite a bit of oddments. I've heard that it's like 1,000 and then 1,200. Anyway, guys, the stuff down here gets better and better the more times you filled it up. Why are these oddments so good? Why is this promo so good? Well, if you look over here in the oddment store, when you click on the oddment store and bring this up here, as you can see, the oddment store randomly has these sales on them. If you just cracked a whole bunch of these keys from the treasure hunter and you just cash and everything, it's not really going to be that mind-blowing like with just the loot you get from that alone. What really makes it good though is the oddments if you save them for the medium prismatic sale. So these sales actually will come up and they will be up to 75% off, which is where you should hold them until you get to that. Prismatic stars end up being 50 oddments each. If you put them into a skill that is 99 and above, you will be able to get essentially a little bit over 20,000 experience for every 50 oddments. The idea here is to cash out everything you don't really need, and then also collect all these things down below. I'll kind of show you what I mean a little bit more as we go through. There will be things you will get in here, such as like an antique chest. It's actually kind of better to take the oddments. You actually would get 5 medium lamps guaranteed from something like that. So how did I get these 100 keys? Which I would like to just say here that I am not sponsored by RuneScape to buying these promos, although that would be really cool and it would kind of make sense for RuneScape to support their creators. But we'll see if they ever do that. Boom! Here it is, girls. All right, so on the offer wall, so if you go into your keys and you say earn keys, then it pops up the option here to be able to do surveys or buy things. Now, I personally don't like doing surveys, but right here, if you come down and you actually want to buy things, most of this is junk. Obviously, as you can see, this is junk. I bought one thing for myself and I gave me 100 keys. I'll show you exactly what it is because I like just being honest with you guys. I bought some keys. What's up? And it was fun. I bought this because I got 6 dinners and it cost me 36 USD and then 100 keys. If you go to the Jagex store right now and try to buy keys, it's 110 USD for 450 keys. So yeah, sure. I think I will go ahead and grab 6 meals for $11. That seems like a pretty good deal. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna sit here and we're gonna crack through all of these, and then because I'm not gonna sit here and do the entire thing live, I'm gonna speed this all up and I'm going to see how much we get from everything the entire way through, and then at the end you guys will be able to see how many keys we have in total. Anyway guys, let's dive in. It's gonna be fun. The results are insane. This ended up being way more ridiculous than I thought it was going to be. So we had a total of 485 keys used. That is a lot. And I've also got a sheet here that I'm actually going to pull up in just a second after I show you guys this inventory that will show everything I got. This right here is everything that I ended up with. So on my sheet too, when I pulled it up here, I did not calculate any of this stuff into that sheet except for the oddments. So as you can see right here, we've got over 70k oddments in my pouch now. In the currency pouch, we also have over 35,000 of them in the inventory. If you do count this stuff in, I mean, guys, there are over 30,000 proteins in my inventory. And then obviously we'll convert some of them, like the crap ones like cogs and stuff like that, or some of the skills I already have 200 million in, like my protein hide, an insane amount of XP that can be utilized during double XP. So right here, boom, this right here is the sheet. Right up here in the very top is what I started with. I started with this amount of XP total, this amount of XP as bonus XP, and I started with this many Dungeoneering tokens, even though that became irrelevant because you don't really get very many no matter what. And then also I started with this many oddments. So after doing the 205 keys, I broke it down into two different sections here because that way you guys can see an idea of what it would look like when you're making some not the best decisions, and then also you don't have your bar maxed out. Like, you know, the bar now shows 1,000 oddments and 1,200 oddments. So before you get to that point though, you're going to be burning through a bunch of keys that are not going to be using, like you're not going to be getting those bigger numbers. You're going to get the smaller amount. From 13.6 bonds, 292 mil. The reason why there's a fraction there is because obviously I had those 100 keys from buying the food. That gave us a total of 20.9 million total XP, and that was 13.96 GP per XP. Now, remember though that I did choose a lot of the skilling chests and experience chests and stuff like that, which ended up not being the best idea, and I learned that afterwards, and then I corrected, mostly corrected that in the second run, and as you can see, it dramatically impacted how much XP I got. So right here in the 285 keys, which was 19 bonds costing 405.65 mil, ended up being a total of 34.3 million XP total with 11.81 GP per XP. These totals here do not include the inventory, and the inventory has a ridiculous amount of stuff in it, like insane amounts of stuff. I mean, those dummies, like 140 agility dummies is nuts, guys. It's crazy. Like, the results from this are mind-blowing. These dwarven fish extractors that you can barely see on the screen, those are really, really good. If you honestly wanted to buy a bunch of keys for this or whatever, then this was kind of the promo to do it for. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. The whole reason why I do these kind of key videos like this is really just to show you, like, you know, have some fun with it and show you a cool different type of video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button. Sorry, I'm really tired. This took a really long time to do. But I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.